Hey, this is Tammy with New Age Fitness. I decided to do this video because we're past our New Year's resolution goals. We're not close enough to summer. And I'm finding, and I've seen this in the past since I've become part of the fitness industry, that this is the time of year that people really can't find a really good reason to drag out in the cold and go to the gym or find a way to eat fresh fruits and vegetables when it's not everywhere. So I really want to address motivation and more sustainable ways to keep that motivation, to set goals and keep the motivation. So I reference the New Year's resolutions. While occasionally I do agree with them, I've seen a few people have success. For the most of us, we set the same goals every year. We set them usually for New Year's, especially if they're weight loss goals. We'll like throw down, eat whatever we want in December, and then we set a New Year's resolution goal, and we're lucky if we lose the weight that we gained in December by the next year. And then there's the summer goals, to look amazing in a bathing suit by summer. And if you're setting that same goal every year and you're not achieving it, then that's obviously not a good goal for you. That's not good, sustainable motivation. And what I always encourage people to do instead, first and foremost, I have other methods that I'm going to recommend to you, but the most important thing is to really start tuning into your mind and body and paying attention to how you feel when you eat certain things or when you don't eat certain things, when you get a good night's sleep, when you exercise, when you don't exercise, how you feel in your mind and your body. How is your energy level? You know, we're all on autopilot, and a lot of times we don't even notice that how things are affecting us. And we've gone to a point where, especially the older we get, we think we're supposed to feel bad and tired and achy and stiff, and we're not. You know, I've said it 1,000 times. Our bodies are meant to last us a long time, and somewhere in our 80s, 90s, even over 100, they're supposed to just kind of give out relatively quickly. We're not supposed to have years of chronic suffering and degeneration. So really pay attention to that. You've probably got a lot more good years left than you think you do. If you're getting, you know, I'm past 40 now, and I'm really starting to feel it. And I'm here to tell you, it is like the best motivation I've ever had in my life. It was very easy to be overweight and sedentary in my 20s because nothing really felt bad. And now, if I gain a couple pounds, if I don't work out for a couple days, I do not feel good. I don't feel like I'm my best self, and in a way, I'm thankful for it because it really inspires me to walk the walk. So really start to tune in and pay attention to how food affects you, exercise, everything. Now, as far as goal setting can be good, but like I said, don't set the same goal that you keep not achieving. Find something that matters to you. One of the most successful goals I've ever seen people set, and obviously this isn't something you can just go and do, but I have a reason for this illustration, is a wedding. I've seen many females set a goal of being a certain size or looking a certain way by their wedding day, and they almost always achieve it, and they look amazing. Now, these same women I'll see in the grocery store 6 months later, and I won't recognize them because the wedding day is past, the guy's locked down, and their motivation is gone. So I'm not saying don't do that, but if you find a motivation like that, my mom always said there's no such thing as bad motivation. If you find a motivation like that, use it, but pay attention every step of the way. Don't just white knuckle your way through it and make yourself miserable and just get to that day and think, then I can do whatever I want. Make changes. Use that time to make changes and to pay attention to how much better you feel and the ways your life improves, so that can ripple through the rest of your life. That can be the catalyst for permanent change. So like I said, obviously, you know, we shouldn't go out and just get married to have a goal. There's other ways to find important goals. A big one that I've heard a few people suggest is giving so much money to a friend and telling them, if I've not achieved this goal by such and such date, I want you to donate this money to this charity I don't agree with. So then you've got your money on the line and your conviction or your morals if it's something you don't agree with. So that can be a good one. If money is not a big deal to you, or you don't have strong convictions about things like that, that's not the way to go. So instead, yours may be pride or ego. Maybe you post something on Facebook that says, in so many months from now, I'm going to have achieved this goal, and ask your friends to call you out on it. If you don't, find what works for you, and then find other people. Find other people to support you, whether you join some kind of support group, fitness classes. Yes, I'm biased, but fitness classes are really good. I see it all the time. Somebody doesn't show up for a few weeks, and other people are texting them, calling, where have you been? Are you okay? And then they're like, yes, I promise I'll be back on Monday. And it just kind of creates that accountability. And obviously, biased again, get a trainer. If you get a trainer and you know that they're going to be looking at their watch, waiting for you to walk through that door, that could be just the motivation you need. And like a lot of times with my clients, I will, I'll hold them accountable during the week too. They'll text me and if they're supposed to work out on their own, I'll put it in my calendar and they'll text me and tell me they're done, or just having that person to turn to, whether it be a trainer or a friend, a like-minded friend in your moments of weakness. I can't even remember what it was now, but I had a goal. I was doing the Whole30. I was in the middle of the Whole30 and I was absolutely miserable. I felt like I was going to just lose my mind. And I texted a friend who was doing it, and I just said, I'm about to give up and have a glass of wine, I'm done. And I didn't even hear back from her for a couple of hours, but just sending that text and feeling that connection with somebody else who was in the same boat I was in, it was just enough to kind of get me recentered again. And she texted later and gave me a pep talk, and that helped even more. So the social support, tuning into your body, finding goals that matter, all of these can help lead to permanent change instead of this temporary change that never lasts. Just remember, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You are trying to change things for life. It doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't have to be extreme. It just has to be consistent, and a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you'll hardly recognize yourself. So stop trying to do it the fast way. Dedicate yourself today. Put one foot in front of the other. If you haven't exercised, take a 3-minute walk, do a 1-minute plank, do something to point yourself in the direction of change. Have a good weekend.